want to welcome all of you to Frisco Democratic Club's fourth Friday, which is not the fourth Friday this month. We usually do the fourth Friday social hour, happy hour. Glad to see you here. My name's Roy Renzenbrink. I am the current president of the organization, following the footsteps of several great people who set this thing up. Welcome. It's great to see so many new people tonight, and I want to encourage you, on your table there is a little one of these on your table, and if you're not a member, I want to encourage you to join. It's a $25 annual membership, and like most organizations like ours, we get a lot of our money from membership, just a membership fee. So I want to encourage you, you're always welcome, but we sure would like for you to join. Okay? That way you will get all the information that we send out on a monthly basis. We do a newsletter every month, keep you abreast of everything. You'll get the link to the Facebook and website, so we want to encourage you to do that. Okay. I also want to kind of bring you up to speed. We have a big event coming up at the end of January. On January 30th, we're going to do a candidate forum where we're inviting all Democratic candidates who we can vote for in Frisco. All right? So there'll be people who are strictly from Denton, but we have half our community that live in Denton, in Frisco. So we're going to make sure those candidates are here for people to be able to meet and understand what they stand for. More information and publication will come out, publicity will come out about that event starting next week. Okay, we're going to try to do a big push. It will be at Collin College Frisco campus in the conference center there, and it'll be about a 2-hour event. And we have Jason Whiteley from Channel 8 who's going to come and monitor it and help keep us on task during that time. So he's great at that. So we have, first of all, I want to thank our board. We've got, how many board members here? Dale Frey, he's our communications guy. We have Vicki Renzenbrink, she's our secretary, and my wife, so she puts up with a lot. And then we have Chris Wardell here, he's also on our board. And of course, the fabulous Sharon Stark. I don't know if everybody knows Sharon, but I think Collin County would fall apart without Sharon here. So, yes, she does. We have some candidates here tonight. Okay, so I want to give each one of them just a few minutes to talk, and I would ask to keep it brief, okay? But just go ahead and introduce yourselves and what district or office that you're running for, and then just say a few brief words about it. Okay? Why don't we start with our local folks? Dale, you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
You want to hold this? Oh, thank you.
She will.
Okay. How you doing? I'm Dale Frey. I was running for the Texas State House HD 106, and been collaborating with my good friend Hava over here for quite some time. And I think we were thinking that one of the two of us might switch over to a more senatorial position. As of very recently, I have switched over to running for the Texas State Senate. So first, let me tell you who I am. My name is Dale Frey. I graduated from George Mason University. That's by the Washington, D.C. area in software engineering. And being so close to D.C., it was great to have my first job out of college working at the headquarters of the Department of Education in Washington, D.C. I've since established a long career in federal government contracting. I work for the U.S. Geological Survey and currently work for NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, where I assist climate scientists in reporting on the effects of climate change on our economy. Because The NOAA is under the Department of Commerce, by the way. Some people don't know that. But anyways, while I was in D.C., I met a woman who was originally from Texas. And as things got serious, I kind of knew that all Texas gals eventually come back home. So I kind of knew I was going to be moving to Texas at some point in our life. That became a little bit expedient as her father got stage 3 cancer. So we moved to Texas to be closer with her father as he battled cancer in the later years of his life. This kind of also segues into some of the passionate things that I have for why I'm running for office. So I strongly have very strong feelings about fixing our healthcare system. I've done that 23andMe test out of curiosity and fun. I was surprised to find out that I'm actually genetically unable to get Alzheimer's when I get older. And I learned this right around the same time I met a woman named Connect. Connect owns her own LLC. She is a healthcare provider, particularly for assisted living. So she helps people with dementia and Alzheimer's and things like that. And she's ranting to me one day. She says, you know, Dale, I'm about to go out of business unless I drop my Medicaid recipients. Because the Health and Human Services Commission is not, the money's just not there anymore. The rates have not been adjusted since long before COVID. And with inflation, it's killing us in this sector. And she doesn't want to drop these people. You know, this is a moral dilemma for her. She knows these people, but the Medicaid money is just not there. And that's in Texas, one of the few states in the country that is not opted into the Medicaid expansion program. I want to talk about that real quick just so you understand what that is. The Medicaid expansion program is something that we all spend money into with our federal tax dollars. So we all spend money into this program, but we don't get any of that money back. I want you to understand that we, Texans, are spending our taxpayer dollars to pay for medical services and programs in California, but not back here, because our state is not opted into the Medicaid expansion program. This is insane. It makes me so angry, especially as, you know, I saw, you know, how difficult it was when I saw my father-in-law in the later years of his life, you know, a Vietnam War veteran, a pastor, and a school teacher. Going through all of this pain and was also worrying about the financials. Our family did everything we could to try to support him, and he eventually passed, God rest his soul. But I believe it's so unfair that the medical system is broken like this. I feel so unfair that my father-in-law gets such little money as a school teacher and also such little amount of money as a retired school teacher. Our healthcare system is broken, and our school teachers are not supported the way they should be. So I believe that we need better leadership and also to fix these broken systems. Again, my name is Dale Frey. If you want to learn more about me, you can go to my website. That's freyfortexas.com. That's F-R-E-Y for Texas.com. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Sorry, moving it around a bit now.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. All right. I'm going to let Hava talk first, and then you. Okay.
All right. I don't know if she even needs an introduction. But most of you know Hava.
Introduction. Hi.
And I'm going to let her introduce herself and where she's running.
Hi, I'm sure you're back here and see me. My name is Hava Johnston, and I am running for Texas House District 106, as my friend Dale had pointed out. Last time we got together, we had 2 candidates for HD 106, and this time we're down to 1. But here's one of the reasons that Dale and I got together and started thinking about this. What's best for Democrats in House District 106 and in SD 30? It's not what's best for Hava, or what's best for Frisco, or what's best for Dale, or what's best for the colony or our families. It's what's best for everybody in those districts. And what we came up with is, I'm a great candidate for HD 106, and he is a great candidate for SD 30. And together, we are great candidates that are going to cover this area, and we are going to help flip this portion of North Texas blue in 2024. This is going to be a combined effort, like Denton County, Cook County, Hunt, Grayson, God help you, man. All 2 million voters are going to need, and we need your help. So, on our tables, you will find my happy little card. On the back side, the QR code, and you can scan that and you can send me your money, because I cannot do this without your money. I know you guys are tired of hearing about money, money, money. I will be with Delia Parker Bevan, the Denton County Chair, tomorrow at noon at her office in Flower Mound to file for this position. I cannot do this without your help. And if you cannot give me your money or your vote, I need your time and your blood or whatever you've got to give me. I will take it all. I would. If you can't help me, help your club because they're helping us. So if you don't want to reach out to just myself or just one Dale or one candidate and you don't know where to disperse your time and money, reach out to Roy. They make sure that they help candidates like myself and Dale and all this local folks that are trying to make a difference for all you local folks. So before I step down, I would like to raise my glass. Everybody, if you don't have a glass, raise your fork or whatever. Real quickly to our late, great, and what I think was the most great First Lady that the United States has ever seen, Miss Rosalind Carter. This is for you. Cheer, cheer.
Cheers.
That's it, folks.
All right.
I'm getting ready for House District 1. You'd like it?
Okay. So you're representing Teresa Creevy? Okay. All right. I'm going to let this young man, first of all, it's great to see somebody so young among us, isn't it? It's awesome. So I'm going to let him introduce himself and the candidate that he is here representing, the judicial candidate.
Hi everyone, this is my first time here, but it's not my candidate's first time here. I'm representing Miss Teresa Bowie Creevy, running for the 5th District Court. She has dedicated all of her time to not just this district, but to her job and to all of her constituents that she has represented in multiple different court cases. This isn't her first time running. She's ran for Judge Chair 416 in a race that should have been won, but people didn't get out and vote because they have no name recognition. So that's what I'm here to do. For the 5th District Court of Appeals, the primaries in the district that we are in, assuming that Colin and Dallas get out and vote, it's almost guaranteed for a Democrat to win, assuming that they get out and vote. However, this is a contested Democratic primary, unlike last year. As after Mr. Peterson is announcing his retirement, it is contested by Miss Teresa Bowie Creevy, who you know and love, and Miss Tina Clinton. Tina Clinton is a criminal lawyer in Dallas, but the Court of Appeals deals with family law and every single other legal case. Criminal law is one of 5, but there's multiple. So what do you think that somebody who knows how to deal with criminals would know how to deal with child support cases or health care or any sort of accident that doesn't directly relate to someone's criminal accountability? They wouldn't. And if Ms. Tina Clinton does win the nomination, she is already on the criminal court in Dallas. You want to know who replaces her? A Republican, because Abbott gets to appoint her. You'll be sacrificing a Democrat to put a Republican in her place. And now this is my own personal opinion. This is not sponsored by Mrs. Creevy. However, Tina Clinton, while not being a Democrat in name only, is far less, I'd put it as, following the Dem norm. She has openly sided with some of her Republican counterparts in her county and talks about compromise, which it should be good, but she compromised on issues such as school choice. Such as these issues, the Democrat Party should be united between, which is what Ms. Creevy is trying to do. Following the Dem doctrine, wanting to support everybody in their case, having a background as a lawyer for 25 years in every single case. I urge you to not only get out and vote, but to also spread the word and come to her event that's at Xander's house in Plano tomorrow. I'll be sitting over there if you want to talk to me about it, but I heavily advise absolutely everybody that you go and vote for Mrs. Teresa Bowie Creevy if you want somebody to represent you, not corporate interests.
Good job. Okay. We also have with us, all the way from the Red River, I think, pretty close.
10 miles from it.
Yeah. Candidate for Senate District 30, Matthew McGee.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting because I know there's another guy up north, 72-year-old barber.
I saw that.
That I think
Yeah.
is going to file. So he might
yeah.
actually have a Democratic primary. We'll actually be in the news.
Yeah. I don't think he's filed yet, but I know he does have a treasurer.
I called him today and he hadn't filed yet. Told him to get on that. It took 10 days for the mail to get in. Anyway, I'm Matt McGee. I'm annoyed. You know, I showed up at an event, talked to Dan Patrick. My goodness, the garbage that comes out of that man's mouth. Snowpocalypse annoyed me. Just the way the money goes around at the top in the state. And I started looking at who's all in office on the Republican establishment, and it's all just retirees with money and just people with money. The state salary for legislature is $7,200 a year since 1975. If you want to know why no one young ever runs, it's the same as the reason we don't take a whole lot of jobs. It doesn't pay enough. But that needs to change. I know Venosa has some thoughts on that. I want to appeal to everyday voters like me. I work a night shift factory job in maintenance. What we need, boots on the ground, is somewhere to live that we can afford to live in on the salary we make. Because it took about 10 minutes for my wife and I to come up with someone who was working only one job like me. I can make my family go around at 40 hours a week with what I do. That's very unique in my friend circle. In order to make rent, mortgage, medical bills, people are working 2-3 jobs and just burning out. There's no life. We need to get the price of houses under control, and then for that we need to get supply up, and not just marble McMansions with tile everywhere. Linoleum's fine if you can get the sticker price to start with a 2 for once. I grew up poor in Canada. I'm actually Canadian. I'm a citizen. Don't worry.
Sort of heard that.
Yeah.
Your voice.
Yeah. Poverty, prison system just disgusts me here, and just the way we treat poor people like criminals just for being poor, and Snap's backed up 200 days. Just everything's broken. It's because they don't care at the top. Sometimes I think it's because they don't even know to care. We need people that are normal people running, and I'm throwing my hat in the ring. Yep, anyway, that's me. I have a little board back there, and I can pass around stuff. My website is voteformatt.lol. You remembered it, and you know I'm not old.
I think we have just one more candidate. He's running for U.S. Congressional District, or do we have another one? But that's yours is 2026. Huh? Oh. Okay, are you running this election? Okay, you're running in 2026, right? Okay. Well,
So you're running in a
let me go ahead
primary
and introduce you. Sorry.
Yeah, at both times.
This is Ernest. This is the first time I've met.
This is a very
Ernest
recent.
Lineberger.
Wait, what's are you
He is running
So I was
for
planning to
U.S.
how about
Congressional
I talk
Texas
for a while
District.
when I was just listening to the speech over the Senate.
All right.
And
Yes,
then
sir.
today,
Welcome.
I'll switch over to the Senate.
Hey.
Good to see you all. Thank you for being here.
So
Good
you're still
group.
running. You can
I've been a Democrat all my life. I'm the grandson of 2 Lutheran ministers, and my father was a Lutheran Navy chaplain, and we moved everywhere. Philippines, Italy, North Carolina, California, Hawaii, San Diego. I guess that was California too, wouldn't it? But ended up planting, finally went to my school for a second year in 8th grade. The first school I went to. So most of these are public schools. There are a couple private schools for a year or two. Don't ask me why. But anyway, I've been in Texas since I retired from the Navy. I didn't follow my dad's footsteps as a Navy chaplain. I became a surface warfare officer, nuclear propulsion, I was on USS Nimitz for a couple of years, aircraft carrier, USS Mississippi for 2.5 years, both of those in the engineering reactor departments. And did some more Navy, finally retired when we figured we'd won the Cold War. Well, it doesn't seem like we've totally won all the wars these days, and so there's more to be done. And so when I retired, I got hired by Texas Instruments. I've been there for 27 years, making semiconductors, first as a night shift supervisor, and then later as superintendent. And for the last 20 years, I'm the guy that calculates the capacity of the factory. How much can we do? A lot of analysis. And I've made it my job to try to figure out how much more can we make, how much more can we do, how can we keep a lot of people employed here in the Dallas area, keeping this factory current and making a lot. And it is the largest 200 millimeter factory. We've gone to 300 millimeter. Now, you know, TI is growing. We're building 4 fabs in Sherman, our second fab in Richardson, and I think that's good. We're building here. But anyway, so now I'm totally changing tracks, and I'm going to U.S. Congress to represent Texas 26. I'm sure that means I'm done, but I want to tell you to give you a better choice. 2 years ago, we had no choice. It was vote for the Republican or nobody. And years before, we had some choices, but they didn't make it, and it just seems hopeless. Well, it's not hopeless. You get a vote. People say, I just get one vote. You get a vote in every election for every single place on the ballot. So it really multiplies. So encourage your friends to get out there and use your votes. If anybody wants one of my cards, it's got a website, linebergerforuscongress.com, and there's a link to my Act Blue at the bottom also. So appreciate your support, and I'm excited about your candidate forum. Hope to be here too.
Absolutely, and good word. All right, we have another gentleman that's here that is not running in 2024, but is running in 2026. So made up that money, and so we're going to give him an opportunity to introduce himself and what district he's running.
All right, guys. My name is Alan Hess. My name is 1980, so I grew up here. I decided to run for Texas 24 district in Bethlehem County. She's been a congressperson for quite some time. But I'm going to talk about 2 things. One is I'm going to promote my friend Sandeep. He's running for District 3, which includes Frisco. Sandeep ran and did a very good job last time. He got 105,000 votes in the pretty red district. So if you get a chance, support him and vote for him. As far as me, these are the people who are wanting some. But that's Sandeep. I told him I got his check for him. Donate some money to him. But anyway, why would I run? Why would you want to run in a red state? Texas is not a red state, by the way. Texas is a non-voting state.
That's right.
Let's repeat that. Texas is a non-voting state. So when I see organizations like this, I'm very encouraged because at certain points in our lives, we have to get involved and motivate and empower people to either run or go vote and volunteer. There are 3 life-defining moments that I've had, which I'm going to share with you who I am. I'm not going to talk about policy. I'm not going to talk about Governor Abbott or Beto. I'm going to talk about me. First thing that I learned when I came to the United States, that principles were more important than personalities. When we make personalities more important, guess what happens? Trump happens. January 6th happens.
Make politics boring again.
That's right. Right. So that's one of the reasons I'm running is because we want principles to be in the context of our politics. When I came here, people could, Democrats and Republicans could have policy differences, but they didn't have personal differences. And that was what was encouraging. I came from India, and there are guns, and mine wins, all wins. There are a lot of threats to candidates. My uncle ran, he won, but there are a lot of threats. So that's what we call tribal politics, and that's what we don't want. We want to have meaningful disagreements and then run for what we believe in. The second thing is education. I have 2 master's degrees, and what I do with those master's degrees did not stop after I got my degree. It continues. The education continues. What we are trying to do, Rashmi and I, my campaign manager, is to educate people the value of voting and the value of meaningful disagreements. That's important. The third is service. I've been involved in service for a very, very long time. I have volunteered my time. I volunteered my time at my church. I volunteered for communities in school, Lions Club, etc. Currently, I volunteer as a citizen for patrol in the city of Palm Springs, sustainability committee, and multicultural committee. So I volunteer a lot of my time. The reason I volunteer is because what we need to have is the freedom that service brings. When you serve, if you serve as a Democrat, you are going to feel the inner freedom, and that's what we want. That's what our country needs more and more. I'm a cancer survivor. 10 years ago, I got diagnosed with cancer, thank you to my wife, who has helped me tremendously. I've been cancer free. A couple of things I learned when I got cancer. It took, I thought that was, anyway, it was.
I was just thinking, what if you say how much it costs?
It did cost me much. So what I learned from my cancer experience, it took a lot of courage and determination to fight cancer. When we have experienced something as dramatic as cancer, then it takes a lot of your courage when you're going to people to fight that disease and to fight the mental issues that you fear is tremendous when you get cancer. The word itself is fearful. So what I learned was the determination and courage. If we all experience that determination and courage, we are going to find and we are going to define a new nation. Tribalism, lack of education, and lack of courage to stand up and stand up for what's right is making our country, it's destroying our country from within. We don't need enemies. We got one who's running for the White House. His name is Donald Trump. He's the biggest enemy we have, and we got to beat him. We got not only we got to beat him, we got to beat him badly, so that he does not ever run again. So I want to thank you, and I'm going to talk to the president because I'm thinking of organizing Coppell, Palmer's Branch, and Addison Democratic Club. Rashmi and I have been talking about that. I think we need to have more of these clubs because it motivates all of us.
Do you remember the young man's name? The young man who was running for David there's a young man that we met the Friday before Thanksgiving at the McKinney Judicial Forum that they had in downtown McKinney on that Friday night. He's 28 years old, and I thought he was going to be here tonight, but for some reason he's not. But we know he's running for Senate District 6.
House District.
House District 66, which is us here in Frisco. And his name is
David Karstens.
David Karstens. Before that, he's brand new, he's young, he grew up in Plano, he lives over close to Parker and the toll road, that area east of Parker and the toll road there. So he grew up in this community. He's very excited to run. He is young. We are very happy to have a Democratic candidate for that district because as of that Friday, we did not have a candidate for that district. So you will be hearing more from him and get to meet him at another time.
Sandeep is coming,
Oh,
so if you just enjoy your food. you
okay,
come
we'll
here.
give him a couple minutes when we're friends with Sandeep, that's for sure.
And just one thing that I'd like to say to everybody real quick. This is more of a general thing, not necessarily something that a lot of us can help with, but more so something you can at least spread the word about. We don't have a committed candidate for House District 61 yet.
Or 68.
Or 68.
Just throwing that out there. I was going to say the
Yeah,
same
don't
thing.
belong to the Republican though. However, we don't have a declared candidate for 61. We have somebody who's in the process of doing so. And we have no candidate at all for House District 89 or House District 33. Those are both in Collin County. So I was figuring I should at least spread the word about that. Also, there's multiple positions in both Denton and Collin County that still have no candidates. I know that there's not much that we can do besides encourage people to run, but that's the least that we can do. Because there's so many people who haven't ran in so many uncontested races. Not to mention in Senate District 8 and House District 67, there's two candidates who haven't even officially announced besides making a Facebook account. Senate District 8, there's a Democratic candidate who hasn't even filed, but apparently he's running. So just try to spread the word about the open races if you
He's
can.
running out of time to file.
I know.
Can I say something?
Yes.
In Collin County, we also have county commissioner seats on the ballot. County Commissioner 1 seat is Frisco area, Collin County side, obviously. And that's a part-time job, really, because the people who are currently in those positions work another full-time job because it takes so little of their time to be on the county commission. However, they make $130,000 a year to do hardly anything. So, if you're interested in a $130,000 a year job, only part-time, they are, yes, please, let's get on the ballot.
All right. Well, thanks. Thank you, Sharon. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and enjoy yourselves. And when Sandeep gets here, we'll give him a few minutes to talk about Sandeep. Okay? So, thank you again for coming tonight. And if you're not a member, join. Okay? All right.
Thank you, everybody.
And just a few minutes about yourself.
Hello everyone. My name is Sandeep Srivastava. I was a Democrat nominee in 2022 for District 3 for US Congress, and I am running again. I filed papers 2 weeks back, so I'm back again. And this time we have to get rid of speed sets. Yeah, and I'm a first generation immigrant, and I came to this country 25 years ago, and with my hard work, with little luck and support from the community, I lived the American dream. So I want rest of other people also can pursue their American dream. And my opponents, they are against immigrants, they call immigrants as the enemy of our country, but I feel like immigrants are the strength of our country. I believe in building the bridges instead of walls. Again, I support affordable health care for all. I want to reduce mass gun shootings by introducing common sense gun laws. I support women's rights. We should not deprive 50% of the population with their rights. Let them decide what they want to do. Because doctor's office is a far too small of a place for women or for the entire United States government. Should not interfere into that. It's their wish, whatever they want. I support human rights, so I support gay marriage also. I believe someone's love should not be determined by whom they love, but by depth of their love. And again, I'm your Democrat nominee. Let's work together. Last time I got around 40% vote. First time I ran with 40% vote. So this time we have to cover 9 to 10%. I brought the district from R29 to R10 now. So this year, if we get your support, we can do this. And I'm telling you, people are very excited. I'm doing block walks, and now people are believing, yes, Democrats are doing something in Collin County, whether it's Mahila or me or other people. We have fantastic Dem Club chairs, county chairs. Let's work together. Join my campaign. You can visit my campaign at sandeepforcongress.com. We need volunteers. We need money support. So help us, support us, and I can deliver it to you. And we can change this county. We can change this district. We can change this state and save our country. Thank you very much.
I just want to say something for you guys that weren't here or don't know. I mean, Sandeep and I are good friends. We go back. We had the, I guess the unfortunate, fortunate, misfortunate event of being on the ballot in 2020 during the pandemic. And when I was running for city council, and you were running still, and he has always been on the right side of the issues. He's been at every march. He's been at every event. He's shown up when other Democrats were not showing up because they were too busy. He's always been there to support the Frisco Democrat and all the other Democratic clubs. And most importantly, he's always been there to support all of us other candidates that were running. So I just want to thank you again for stepping up. I know how hard this is.